Cash is king. That was maybe the case previously, but as of 2020, most payments were made on a piece of plastic like a credit or debit card, with 9 out of 10 transactions in the UK being made using contactless. Everyone uses cards, relying on them every day to buy lunch, travel on trains, or pay to go to the cinema. But despite their popularity, few people think about what goes on behind the scenes with card issuance and payment processing. Well, that's where Marqeta comes in. Jason Gardner founded Marqeta in 2010, and over the last 11 years, the company has helped third-party businesses like Klarna, Affirm, and DoorDash to build and offer card services through their payment software that issues debit and credit cards, which gives control over real-time transaction approval and program management. But what is Marqeta, and how did they become a unicorn business in 11 years? Here's how it happened. First of all, what is Marqeta? Well, Marqeta is a fintech that offers financial products and services, essentially a card issuing platform that provides infrastructure to help companies build and manage their own payment systems. They issue cards, provide fraud checks to help process payments smoothly, give their customers control and insight into how their cards are being used, offering up end-to-end visibility and deep data insights. Despite offering their own credit card, they're not actually a bank themselves. More of a B2B banking infrastructure business. They work with firms like Square, Instacart, and Uber, and have helped Goldman Sachs to build their Marcus accounts. This strategy of targeting and working with fast-growing unicorns has meant that Marqeta has joined them on this rise to become a unicorn themselves. Marqeta issues both physical and virtual cards that offer data protection and transaction limits to ensure the reduction of fraudulent charges. One example of this is with DoorDash, where Marqeta made a red card for Dashers to use to pay for the order with just-in-time funding, making sure that the payment would only go through if the Dasher was at the correct restaurant paying the right price at the right time. Marqeta then makes its money on a per transaction basis, similar to Visa and MasterCard, likely to be 1%, with both companies partnering with Marqeta to launch new card programs and use Marqeta's developer-friendly platform. Its revenues have doubled every year since 2016, thanks to the growing reliance on cashless transactions. Marqeta has succeeded because they've managed to cut the time it takes to get card programs set up, including the vetting process, checking credit history, and reducing fraud. But Jason Gardner's story began back in 2004 when he launched Property Bridge, a business that allowed landlords to collect rent electronically, which was sold to MoneyGram in 2007, but inspired Marqeta, as Gardner wanted to revolutionize the card issuing and processing industry. Marqeta was launched in 2010 but started as a consumer card that actually got no traction, creating a failed Facebook relationship and leaving the business on the brink. But the card was built on top of an issuing processing system that Marqeta had built themselves. After raising Series A funding of $5.5 million from Greylock Partners in 2011, Marqeta was able to offer an open API that allowed card issuers to design their own products and do things their own way using Marqeta's platform, launching their new payment processor in 2014. By 2016, Marqeta was working with Square, Instacart, and Kabbage, some of the biggest businesses in the world today. Marqeta is expected to go public in 2021 and will likely seek a valuation of between $10 to $15 billion following its latest May 2020 funding round that valued the firm at $4.3 billion, with revenues over $300 million and a global team of almost 400 people. Marqeta are now seen as being one of the top global card providers, which stands them in good stead as online transactions and contactless payments continue to rise. Their success will likely be determined by how they can differentiate themselves, with rewards, insights, and credit building services moving forwards, or perhaps they'll take the leap into becoming more of a bank themselves. As Gardner has grown the business, he's described the exhaustion and the luck that comes into play through all the hard work that he and his team have put into the business over the last 11 years. In his own words, "We're building a single global platform to define and power the future of money for the world's leading innovators." And that's how it happened. Thanks for watching.